why you shouldn't support Israel, because that's what they're doing, right? Common sense.
I do support Israel.
Okay, so why do you support a country that is killing innocent 5-year-old girls?
It's not that they're... Okay.
It is that they're killing them. You could,
like
like I said, you could literally go see a video on the internet of Israel dropping bombs on an elementary school, and then they are inflamed, they're in fire, and they're falling to pieces. Meanwhile, there's the figures of children running around in the school that's on fire, dying. Like, I know that's uncomfortable, but that's what's happening. That's what you support, and you're avoiding that fact.
I'm not avoiding that fact.
So then address it head on. How can you support a country that is doing that?
Do you support the United States?
Do I support the United States? I'll answer your question after you answer my question.
Well, no, it's a legitimate question, because...
It's a question that is being used as a deflection away from what I'm asking you. You have not addressed the substance of this conversation the whole time you've been on here, and this is what happens every single time I get a pro-Israel Zionist in this live. Y'all don't answer the questions, y'all don't address reality, y'all just try to weasel your way through the facts, because for whatever reason, you think you have a moral obligation to support an apartheid genocidal state. It's insane to me. It should be common sense that we should not, that we should not be supporting these things. It's obvious. It's so obvious. Manufactured stage 5 famine onset by Israeli blockades on food and water shouldn't support Israel. Wiping out and killing all of the remaining Al Jazeera press members in Gaza 2 days after they passed legislation to ethnically cleanse and annex the rest of Gaza shouldn't support Israel. You know, like for instance, I'll frame this in a different sense, and hopefully we could have you understand here. Okay, Russia and Ukraine. Imagine if Russia passed legislation to take control over the totality of Ukraine, and then systemically starved the Ukrainians for 4 months to weaken them by blocking trade and water routes into the country, specifically dropped bombs on hospitals, schools, and churches, and took out all of the remaining journalists on the strip in press tents.
Well,
Would you ever support Russia if they did those things to Ukraine?
No, did Ukraine attack Russia and threaten to kill all Russians?
Oh, so now you're saying Ukraine as a whole. So you think that all Palestinians are culpable for what Hamas has said?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so then a counter question would not be, did Ukraine say these things? Because when you say Ukraine, you'd indicate all Ukrainians.
I mean, did the Ukrainian government say, hey, let's unalive all the Russians, let's attack them at a festival and take them hostage and kill their babies?
Assuming that they did, would you still support Russia if they did all of those things to the innocent Ukrainians?
I would think that Ukraine would no longer have like any sort of viable claim to be right and keep their land and keep their government.
Ah, so you do indeed think that the innocent Palestinians are culpable for the statements and actions of some Hamas members?
No.
Okay, well then why did you just tell me that the innocent Ukrainians would be culpable and responsible for the actions of some members within the Ukrainian government? Because you just told me that Russia would be in the wrong for systemically starving and killing innocent Ukrainians if their government didn't launch threats against Russians or attacks on Russians. But now you're telling me if some members of their government did launch attacks and threats on Russians, then the innocent Ukrainians would not have a right to live or to said land. And I think that's like the big issue with your view here, is that you're telling me that you think that all Palestinians are culpable for the actions of some Hamas members on October 7th. I think it's common sense to conclude what Hamas did to Israel on October 7th was fucking wrong, okay? Like, UN has concluded that there were rapes, there were killings, like, anybody should be able to conclude that that's wrong. But